So, welcome to EPS Mastermind session of this week. And guys, I'm very proudly welcoming CA Bhavin Jain. So, guys, let me share a few things about him. He's a chartered accountant. He cleared CA IPCC, both groups with all India rank 19. Not just that, he got exemption in all the subjects. I mean, can you imagine getting exemption in all the subjects? And then he went on pursuing his articleship from Deloitte, one of the big fours. And even he was pursuing his articleship from Deloitte, he managed to clear CA final with all India rank 29. So yes, he is the person who can help you with all your doubts, all your queries. And today we are so fortunate to have him as our guest speaker. So Bhavin, we are so glad to have you here. And I would request you to take us through your journey of becoming a chartered accountant. What are the challenges you faced? Also, if you can share some tips and strategies for my students here. Now, before that, let me take a moment and quickly introduce my students here. So, students you are seeing here, they're a part of my mentorship program, which is called Exponential Power Students, okay, where I mentor them and they're a part of my program. And every weekend we meet and we discuss ideas, strategies, question answers. And so guys, you guys here, how long you have been part of EPS? Can you please type in the chat box? How long have we been associated? Which week you are? Which month you are? Let me see. Yes, very quickly put it in the chat box. So Aman is associated from Jain, Praveen from first week, Vara from 26 days. Okay. So guys, are you excited to learn from Bhavin? Yes? Come on. Yes. Give Bhavin a big round of applause. Come on, everybody. Yes. Well, Bhavin, all yours now, and we are looking forward to hear from you. And here, yes, you can unmute yourself.
Thank you so much, Ayushi, for that introduction. And first of all, this is a very great initiative taken by Ayushi for mentoring and guiding you for this entire CA journey. Since this is very critical, like getting the right guidance from starting point. And like for me, getting the right guidance was also a requirement for me for getting CA as a tag, which is my goal from starting point. And let me take you through my CA journey. So it began all in 2014, where I planned to do CA, since one of my uncle who happens to be a partner at Deloitte, and he guided me throughout this journey. So for me, he was my mentor, and he suggested me that this is one field where I can explore my career, because I was interested in finance and taxation a lot at that point in time. And I started doing CA at that time. And yeah, so I was good in academics, but maths is my favorite subject. So since CA, I thought it might be quite difficult journey. But yes, when you get the right guidance, when you know what you need to do, it becomes quite easy to do. And like for CPT and IPCC, I completely studied on my self-study basis. I am very good with time management, and when it comes to time management, you need to know what all things you need to cover, what all are the subjects which you are specialized in, or which are their strength areas, what are your weak areas. All these things make your planning a very good agenda for your study pattern. And yes, I agree that grasping power will differ from person to person, but the study pattern should not differ. And like you can get the tips from me, like what all I have done in the last 4 years to get ranks at 2 levels, which is IPCC and final. I know I didn't aim from a rank at a time, at both point in time, but I was very disciplined with my studies. So like there are few tips relating to how to prepare for the last day revision plans, because most of the students get messed up with the last day revisions, and they don't fall. Like they might have planned very well in the first 6 months, but in the last 1 month they get loosened out, and they go all off the track. And so last day revision planning is quite important. Along with that, time management of entirely your day wise planning you need to have, and hourly planning you need to have for every day. What will you cover for entire day? So I used to have this checklist method. wherein I at the start of the day, let's say for example, I will wake up at 5 or 6 a.m. I will prepare a checklist in 10 to 15 minutes, what all things I will be doing for the entire day. And whenever these things are completed, I will give a tick mark. So giving a tick mark gives you satisfaction and motivation that what all things have you covered for the entire day. And at the end of the day, you can take a check of yourself that what is your accountability for the entire day. And if that is the case that you need to change some planning or that, it can help you for like entire planning for next couple of days as well. So this checklist method, it definitely can help you. One more thing I want to add, that your people generally resort to ABC analysis for studying the chapters and all. But I will tell you how you should utilize ABC analysis in your studies. Basically, you should not leave any chapter, but you should study the chapters in the sequence of ABC analysis. So when there are say 10 chapters and out of which 7 are in A category, 6 are in A category, 2 are in B category, and two are in C category. So you should start studying with A category, but you should cover all the 10 chapters. Like C category को भी उतना importance देना है. That should be your way of thinking. Like एक भी chapter को like C category समझ के ऐसा कुछ कम importance देना नहीं है. We have to give all equal importance. One more thing I will like to add is relating to writing practice. So basically, CA students generally don't do writing practice, and especially this is more important for theory subjects. I will tell you, when it comes to audit law, they never used to like think कि इसमें learning होके हो जाएगा. I every time used to write whatever provision I have read in any type of minimal language, but उसका लिखने से your retention will increase. So उससे क्या है कि एक तो होता है कि आपका एग्जाम लेवल पे एक राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस हो जाएगा, बिकॉज एग्जाम्स में यू नीड टू रीआइटरेट द प्रोविजंस, नॉट एट द एग्जैक्ट वर्डिंग्स, बट वो कीवर्ड्स वहां पे रीआइटरेट होने चाहिए एग्जाम्स में भी. दैट्स व्हाई वो राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस एक दो बार होनी चाहिए. एंड उससे एक और बेनिफिट क्या है कि यू हैव अ स्वॉट एनालिसिस ऑफ योरसेल्फ. स्वॉट एनालिसिस कैसे आता है कि व्हाट ऑल चैप्टर्स आपके स्ट्रेंथ है, कौन से चैप्टर्स में आपको एडिशनली एफर्ट्स डालने हैं, इंप्रूवमेंट एरियाज कहाँ पे है, और कौन से चैप्टर ऐसे हैं जिनका आपको मतलब exceptionally you are performing exceptionally well, where you're required to get out in any type of question which can come in the exams. So ये type का analysis is quite important, and this can come if you do writing practice and even if you appear for mocks as well. And इसके अलावा एक होता है कि RTPs and MTPs का importance exams में होता है. So I had done one simple thing कि मैंने last 3 to 4 years का RTP उठा लिया, and उसके बाद every RTP I have read and gone through, and I have marked the unique questions. यूनिक क्वेश्चंस मार्क करोगे तो यू विल कम टू नो कि आउट ऑफ 60-70 क्वेश्चंस ओनली 10 to 15 आर इंपॉर्टेंट व्हिच आर यूनिक वन, एंड दैट यू नीड टू कवर ऑन द लास्ट डे एज वेल. पीपल जनरली थिंक कि इतना सारा आरटीपी एक साथ नहीं होता है. आई विल टेल यू कि लास्ट डे पे भी सारे आरटीपीज मैंने कवर किए. जस्ट द यूनिक क्वेश्चंस यू नीड टू कवर, बिकॉज उससे ना क्या है कि कोई भी टाइप का क्वेश्चन आएगा आपको कॉन्फिडेंस रहेगा कि एग्जाम में मेरे को डर नहीं है कि मैंने कुछ प्रिपेयर छोड़ दिया है. सो दिस इज समथिंग व्हिच इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एंड यू कैन प्लान इट एज ऑफ नाउ एज वेल. एंड इसके अलावा लाइक पेपर में राइटिंग स्किल्स तो इम्पोर्टेंट है, टाइम मैनेजमेंट इज इम्पोर्टेंट इन पेपर. सो व्हेन यू से कि 180 मिनट्स का पेपर है एंड 15 मिनट्स फॉर रीडिंग टाइम, सो उसको भी है ना कैसा है कि अपने को पहले से एक बार मॉक टेस्ट वगैरह दोगे तो यू विल बी हैविंग लाइक ओवरऑल कैसे प्लान करना है एंड व्हाट ऑल थिंग्स आर देयर कि 15 मिनट्स में मेरा अप्रोच क्या रहना चाहिए कि मेरे को फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन कौन सा रीड करना है, फिर वापस एमसीक्यूज का पहले रीड करना है क्या, एमसीक्यूज बाद में आके अटेम्प्ट करना है. दिस इज क्वाइट इंपॉर्टेंट कि यहाँ पे एग्जाम पे जाके सीधा स्ट्रेट अवे आप लोग ब्लैंक हो जाओगे, एमसीक्यू का रीड करना स्टार्ट होगा. अगर एक एमसीक्यू भी उल्टा फुल्टा समझ में नहीं आया तो आपको यू विल फील कि योर पेपर इज गॉन. बट अगर प्लानिंग से जाओगे राइट फ्रॉम लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल अगर सोचते हो कि आई विल स्टार्ट फ्रॉम रीडिंग 6th क्वेश्चन ऑनवर्ड्स एंड देन कम टू फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन सो दैट इट इज इवन इट इज कंपल्सरी आई विल स्टार्ट फ्रॉम बैक साइड. सो वो एक पैटर्न डिसाइडेड रहेगा और उसका प्रैक्टिस रहेगा, तो दैट विल हेल्प यू फॉर राइटिंग द एग्जाम इन मोर टाइमली एंड एफिशिएंट मैनर. एंड उससे आपका लाइक ओवरऑल पेपर मैनेजमेंट भी हो जाएगा एंड पेपर का ही मिस आउट नहीं हो जाएगा. I think like I am open to questions, right? Like Ayush, if you want, you can add something.
Yes, definitely. So when it comes to utilizing reading time, so Bhavin, this is what I suggest to my students. Like compulsory question, keep it towards the end because anyways you have to attempt it. But if the compulsory question has bound to have certain questions which you are not aware of, you lose all the confidence. So read compulsory question at the last. Utilize reading time, reading other questions where you can select which questions to go for, and compulsory anyways you have to attempt. So you can read it at the last during this reading time. So is it a good strategy?
Yeah,
Or
definitely.
would you like, or you do it, or you prefer to do it in other way?
No, I definitely follow this strategy only, so that for solving the compulsory question and reading the compulsory question at the end is quite preferable, because you have to solve it, and apart from that, there is, out of the remaining 5 questions, you need to select at least 4. So choosing is not there for compulsory question, and there is something decision making which needs to be done in this 15 minutes, and that's why this is important.
Absolutely. So, Bhavin, firstly, when you started your talk, you talked like you're really good with time management, and you had good level of discipline. So, I feel these are two areas, where almost every student struggles. And I believe these two things played a huge role in your journey of getting all India rank. This is what sets somebody apart from the crowd, because these are the two most troublesome areas. So, if you can share some tips and insights on your time management. So checklist is one thing you talked about. If there is something else to it, and secondly, how did you manage to be disciplined?
Yeah.
What was you like that since your childhood, or was there any transformation or some good tips or mentor, who helped you? How was it?
So when it comes to time management, I definitely have a, like you say, a daily basis plan as well as a monthly basis plan stuck where I used to study. And this I used to prepare on the day one. Like, let's say, for example, I'm coming for study leave on 1st of October or 1st of November. So I will be having a plan ready by 2nd or 3rd of November, and I will be sticking it where I will be studying. I will be revising it over the period, but I need to have it in front of me so that वो सामने रहेगा तो मेरे को blink रहेगा कि हाँ, I have something planned and I have to do this accordingly. नहीं तो कैसा है कि रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेते नहीं है जनरली स्टूडेंट्स. सो दिस इज समथिंग कि प्लानिंग रहने के बाद भी आपको प्लानिंग आपके सामने रखना है कि आप डेली बेसिस पे उसको देखते रहो कि आपका कहाँ प्लान है, ओवरऑल बेसिस पे कहाँ आ रहे हो. एंड व्हेन इट कम्स टू टाइम मैनेजमेंट, आई हैव लाइक दिस हैबिट कि मैंने आज तक एक भी दिन ऐसा मिस आउट नहीं किया रहेगा जहाँ पे मैं अगर 5 to 10 का पढ़ाई प्लान किया तो 5 to 10 पढ़ाई करूंगा. दिस इज लाइक मैंने ना थोड़ा सा डिस्ट्रैक्शंस अवॉइड करके आपका ओवरऑल फोकस बढ़ जाता है. wherein like you need to have one focus कि मेरे को 6 months बाद वापस रीअटेम्प्ट नहीं देना है. So this is one thing कि मेरे को अभी भी याद है कि my dad used to motivate me every time कि even if you fail doesn't matter but we need to give our best. So वो है कि efforts wise अपने को strong रहना है, and उसके लिए क्या है कि time management थोड़ा सा important है. So मैं क्या करता था कि अगर आज के दिन में मेरे को 12 घंटा पढ़ना है तो मैं 12 घंटा का है ना वो स्लॉट्स बना लेता था कि मेरे को 2-2 घंटा करके पढ़ना है, एंड उसके बाद उसका ब्रेक्स भी देता था. बट मैं 2 घंटा इतना इफेक्टिवली पढ़ने का प्लान करता था कि उससे क्या है कि मेरे को उसके बाद 15 मिनट ब्रेक में ऐसा कभी होता नहीं था कि मैंने कभी पीछे का टाइम वेस्ट किया है. सो वो एक यूटिलाइजेशन करना बहुत जरूरी है कि उसको स्लॉट्स वाइज डिवाइड करो एंड स्टडी इन ब्रेक्स, सो दैट है ना एक बार है ना वो लूज आउट भी नहीं होता है, पढ़ाई का रिटेंशन लेवल अच्छा रहता है उससे. एंड व्हेन इट कम्स टू डिसिप्लिन, यस आई एम बिट डिसिप्लिन विद स्टडीज. एज यू नो कि मैंने प्लानिंग वगैरह थोड़ा इफेक्टिवली करता हूँ, तो मैं डिसिप्लिन स्टार्टिंग से ही हूँ, राइट फ्रॉम चाइल्डहुड. ऐसा कुछ आई डोंट नो इट्स गॉड गिफ्ट और नॉट, बट मैं ऐसा कुछ अलग से सीखा नहीं हूँ डिसिप्लिन कैसे रहते हैं.
Oh, thank you so much for being honest. Many times it also comes with the atmosphere, and it also depends on the upbringing. But guys, you don't have to be disheartened. Just by learning some tips and strategies, even you can be disciplined. So, guys, how many of you attended the last session? When Shruti was here last week. Shruti was here. CA Inter, Ordinary and 4. Yes. So, guys, do you see the similarity? She talked about time management. She talked about planning. She talked about breaking a day into slots and also giving yourself break. Checklist. We learned in to-do list. You see, all these things we learn in the first week of EPS itself. And the only reason if you're not able to, do well, being disciplined, is somewhere you are lacking there. The reason I'm helping you recollect is, you see, any successful person or every successful person on this planet would agree to one thing, failing to plan is planning to fail. Everything comes down to how well you plan. He talked about having this exam calendar or this preparation strategy in front of him every day. We have also learned how to make an exam calendar. Make sure you put it into practice. Just listening here and taking tips will not help. You have to go out, you have to put it into practice. So whatever Bhavin is sharing with us is really, really powerful. Everything. And I believe almost every student, be it a CA ranker or any other stream, these are the basic things. This is where we are lacking. It's not like you are not capable enough, you are not intelligent enough. We are all same. It's just that they do things differently, which helps them to be productive, to manage their time, and also be disciplined. So these things are we are coming across it again and again. So make sure if you are not taking action on any of these points, take a note of it and please put it into practice. Now, Bhavin, as we just spoke today evening. I also talked about many of the students here. They are also working and they're managing studies along with it. You being a Big Four article, how was your journey of getting AIR in CA final? Was it challenging? How did you manage your work along with your studies and your studies along with the work?
Okay, so like people generally try to revise the syllabus after coming from their office, whatever syllabus they have read in the morning. But being in Big Four, this wasn't possible for me. But yes, I will tell you one thing, that I used to try to revise it on whenever I get time. But being productive in the classes is quite important. Like whatever subject you are reading, read it with effectiveness. I used to do one thing, like before going to classes, I used to read whatever is going to be taught in the class. So थोड़ा सा उससे इफेक्टिव हो जाता था, एंड इट विल हेल्प यू लाइक कि थोड़ा सा डाउट्स वगैरह पूछने में ज्यादा हेल्प हो जाता था, सो दैट वो टॉपिक वहाँ का वहाँ क्लोज हो जाता था. उसमें कुछ एडिशनली डाउट्स वगैरह रहेगा तो सर से वही का वही क्लैरिटी लेके खत्म हो जाता था. इवन अगर उसके बाद भी कुछ डाउट्स रहता था तो मैं जनरली प्रोफेसर से इमीडिएटली 1 वीक या 2 वीक में कनेक्ट कर लेता था एंड उनसे डाउट्स वगैरह रिजॉल्व करवा लेता था. बिकॉज वो क्या है कि अगर डाउट रहेगा तो देयर विल बी लैक ऑफ कॉन्सेप्ट क्लैरिटी इन योर माइंड, एंड उससे क्या है कि वो कॉन्सेप्ट कभी आपके दिमाग में बैठेगा नहीं. अगर कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर रहेगा तो उसको वापस लर्न करने की जरूरत नहीं है. दिस इज माय स्ट्रेटेजी फॉर रिमेम्बरिंग एनी टाइप ऑफ थिंग. नाउ मैनेजिंग थिंग्स विद बिग फोर आर्टिकलशिप, इट वाज डिफिकल्ट, बट यस आई विल टेल यू वन थिंग कि मेरा डेली बेसिस पे 6 to 9 AM क्लासेस चलता था, एंड 9 to 10 मेरा मतलब वो फ्रेशन अप होकर 10 AM आई यूज्ड टू गो टू ऑफिस. ये मेरा लगभग इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग 2 years तक ये स्ट्रेटेजी चला है. आई एम नॉट मिस्ड अ सिंगल क्लास. लाइक ऐसा था कि मैंने अगर घर पे रूम में बैठ के भी क्लासेस करूंगा तो मैं उसको इफेक्टिवली करूंगा और उसको 3 hours मतलब 3 hours देना है. आई नेवर यूज्ड टू लाइक फास्टन अप द क्लासेस, बट आई यूज्ड टू डू इफेक्टिव रिविजन.
Wow, that's amazing. So revision indeed plays an important role because the syllabus is so vast. So Bhavin, did you follow any strategy to manage the quantum of syllabus? Because in CS syllabus, we have 8 papers, 8 subjects, and all of them have ocean length, never ending. You take any subject. So how did you manage that?
That's true. So basically, I thought of like deciding this on the basis of my first reading strategy. So when I was on my preparatory leave, and I devoted equal time of days for each subject for the first reading. And based on my first reading, I got to know that these 4 are my strength subjects, and these 2 are my weaker subjects, and these 2 are my subjects where I can improve a lot. And based on this strategy, I divided the syllabus, and I drafted the forthcoming strategy. Now, when it comes to dividing the syllabus into number of days or how do you revise it, I never used to skip any chapter. I used to like do one thing कि पहले तो first 3 to 4 days में all the big chapters you need to have a grip. अगर first 3 to 4 days में big chapters का grip नहीं आया तो you need to prolong it to 5 to 6 days and पहले वो big chapters पे grip लो. दिस इज बिकॉज कैसा है कि बिग चैप्टर्स पे ग्रिप आ जाएगा तो आपको पेपर का 70-80% थोड़ा कॉन्फिडेंस रहेगा, एंड देन बैलेंस 20% पे यू नीड टू वर्क ऑन. आई एम नॉट सेइंग स्किप इट, बट यस यू कैन वर्क ऑन इट. वैसा है. दैट इज अ स्ट्रेटजी आई यूज्ड टू फॉलो while dividing the syllabus and revising it.
Wow, that's nice. So guys, if you have any question, put it in the chat box very quickly. Okay. So one question which we got, Bhavin, is how to improve writing speed.
Okay. So speed will be increased based on number of writing practice sessions you do. So like for theory, this is important for theory subjects because there is a lot of writing practice you need to do, and there are 2 aspects to it. One is time management, and along with that writing practice. So you try to write papers in 180 minutes based on same exam conditions which ICI takes, and try to write more papers if your writing speed is not good enough. I'm not saying कि उससे writing वगैरह गंदा हो जाएगा, but yes, you need to work on it अगर कुछ lack of areas है वहाँ पे तो, but write more papers so that writing speed improve हो जाएगा.
That's nice. So, Bhavin, right now we have only 1.5 months left for exams. So, where were you, when you were 1.5 months away from exam? What was your thought process? What was your strategy? How did you utilize, this last few days before exam? Because everybody is stressed. They have, 45 days left, roughly 45 days. So, what would be your tips and suggestion for these days?
So I will like to answer this in for practical and theory subjects separately. So for practical subjects, you need not go to entire every question. You need to have an aspect, or you need to just have an overlook of all the important adjustments, or be it any concepts, that only things. You need not solve every question thoroughly. Just you need to have a concept clarity for every type of sum which is there. And when it comes to this is because practical subjects में यहाँ पे अभी ज़्यादा time devote नहीं करना चाहिए. This is what I feel, because ये time पे आके practical subjects पे आपका grip रहना चाहिए. And if there is no grip, try to have a overview of all the important chapters at this point in time, but don't try to solve any question thoroughly. When it comes to theory subject, you need to have a more and more reading type of thing, more and more revisions for you read more and more times theory, because it doesn't get retained easily. And what I used to do is I used to manage it along with my practical subjects. Even if I am planning 4 days में practical subject पढ़ना है, तो I used to give 2 to 3 hours for theory subject as well. उसमें मैं slot adjust कर लेता था. This is because कि वो theory subject का retention easy नहीं रहता है. अगर आज मैं audit पढ़ूंगा तो मेरे को 6 दिन बाद मैंने आज क्या पढ़ा वो याद नहीं रहेगा, unless and until I revise it in the last 6 days some or the other way. तो वो एक strategy है कि आप theory subject के साथ थोड़ा बहुत उसको manage करते रहो, practical subject के साथ थोड़ा थोड़ा पढ़ते रहो theory, so that वो आपको retention रहेगा उससे.
Okay, great. Now we have one more question: how to remove or overcome anxiety? Was that a phase, where you were anxious or you were not so confident about your studies preparation? How did you manage your emotions, your fear, if you had?
So I generally don't have anxiety, but yeah, at some point in time I did have anxiety, because हमारा exam almost 5 times postpone हो गया था. So it was there was lack of uncertainty कि exam होगा कि नहीं होगा. But managing it was through, like, whenever I used to get demotivated या ऐसा कुछ होता था, तो I used to get a nap of half an hour to 1 hour, and उसके बाद मैं refresh हो जाता था. So basically the point is कि आपको कोई भी activity ऐसा करना चाहिए जिससे you are feeling fresh enough या refresh हो जाता है, and start studying back itself. So उससे क्या है कि एक तो lack of ये नहीं रहेगा, thought process थोड़ा सही रहेगा, and even if you are still feeling unconfident, तो speak with your friend या mentor who is guiding you, so that ये point in time पे आप कहीं ऐसा lost ही नहीं हो जाए कि 1 group ही देना है या 2 group ही देना है, वैसा नहीं होना चाहिए, because you have worked hard, and यहाँ पे सिर्फ 45 days का बात है, उसके बाद you can get the tag which you want.
Absolutely. And guys, I really like this thought, if many times the student feel like giving up. You see, if you give up now, then 6 more months you have to put in. You have to do that work again. So Bhavin mentioned it in his earlier talk, I used to think whenever I used to get demotivated, I used to think I'll have to study again for 6 months, which he didn't want to do clearly. And the way his father motivated him is, don't worry about clearing the exam or not. Focus more on putting and giving all your effort. Right now, this will be my message to you. Many of you must be feeling anxious. The only reason is because you are entertaining wrong thoughts. Why do you have to worry about results when it is time for you to put in effort? Be more concerned and focused on your effort than result. It will come much later. Result is something which you don't have anything much to do with. It's only when you perform well in exam, write well in exam, you'll get a good result. How you do well in exam is only if you do well right now. Utilize your days well. Do not think about result, do not think about future. Focus on present, and keep putting your effort. Now, next question. Okay, are 7 months sufficient to clear finals? Like, how many months did you put in? When did you start studying, join the classes, all that?
Okay, so like, if I'm not wrong, I got 5.5 months for preparation, and even if 7 months, if you're saying, so 7 months is after your classes are completed, and these are more than enough to get your entire syllabus. You can plan at least 4 revisions in this 7 months, and these are more than enough. Yeah.
My students do 5 revisions.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
I'm just joking. But yeah, actually, I mean, 7 months are more than sufficient. Even in my case, I got leave from first week of December. My attempt was in May. So 6 months more than sufficient, you know. And it's good that you're getting less time. Let me tell you, because towards the end of it, you'll be super bored. You'll feel like, अब भैया तुम exam ले लो, मुझे पढ़ना ही नहीं है, जो आता है वही लिख दूंगा. You get saturated, and especially during summers. So even if you are having less time, don't feel bad about it. Be happy that you are still in the momentum. Okay, so again, we have one more question. How do you overcome boring time? Like, I feel pretty bored when I'm studying law. Out of schedule of 3 hours, I'm spending around 30 minutes approx because of boring time, but I am covering max schedule syllabus. Is there any tip to overcome that boring thing? Okay, so Bhavin, please answer this question.
Yeah, so if you are feeling that any chapter is boring while by reading it through theoretically, watch it through YouTube videos so that that gets covered. That is the best part कि पढ़ाई भी में नुकसान ना हो और आप बोर भी ना हो जाए.
That's a good way. So if you have no YouTube channel or some entertaining teacher who can teach it to you in a fun way, then go ahead with that. But Praveen, I see you are in the first week of EPS. So you don't have to worry about this boring part, because in second week, you learn study techniques. Okay, and you learn how to memorize faster, easier, and retain for longer. So hold on. From tomorrow, you'll start learning those memory techniques, and that will help you make studies super fun and amazing. Now, again, what tip Bhavin shared is again really good. You can go ahead with this, but yeah, watch it for second week of EPS. Now, next question is, in theory papers, do we need to write in the exact language of ICI textbook? I heard that we write in our own language. It's risky.
No, I definitely disagree with it. You can write in your own language. Just that the keywords needs to be covered up in that way. If you want, I can guarantee you that I got like 69 in law and the CA final level, and this is because I never used to write the sections as the same way. I used to write it on the basis of on my own language, but I never used to skip the keywords. That is where you need to focus. So since I mentioned in my strategy that you need to have writing practice. So at the time of writing practice, this theory retention things gets developed. So if you are good with writing theory, you're like आपको ये चीज का वरी करने का जरूरत नहीं है कि एग्जैक्ट वर्ड आने वाला है कि नहीं आने वाला, ऑटोमेटिकली आ जाएगा वो.
Guys, keywords are important. Focus on keywords. Don't focus on rectifying the entire language and all the content. Just understand the concept, remember the keywords. That's good. And how do we select elective paper? How do we select CA final classes? What should be the sequence of taking classes during 2.5 years of articleship? Okay, that's a lot. So we can start with elective paper. So any tip, Bhavin, if you can give them for elective paper?
So basically, if you are like good with taxation or something like that, go with international taxation. So this is basically selecting your elective paper is on your interest. And don't think कि इसमें कम मार्क्स आएगा ज्यादा मार्क्स आएगा. Select it on a basis of your interest, because अपने पास काफी टाइम है स्टडी करने के लिए. If you are good with theory, select law, and if you are good with accounting and all that type of stuff, select GFRS. And if you like interpretation of SFM or all the concepts involved in stock market and all, go with risk management. That is how I had selected this thing.
Okay, and which classes did you join for your CA final?
So for subject wise, you are asking, right?
Yeah, I mean, did you go for lecture separately or all the subjects?
So for this, I used individual lecture specifically for each teacher. And so for FR, I used to have, I taken Praveen Sharma sir. For SFM, I had taken Sanjay Saraf sir. For costing, I had taken Rakesh Agarwal sir. DT, obviously, Bhavar Borana sir. IDT, Yashwant Mangal sir. And audit, I have taken Aarti Lahoti ma'am, and the law, Munish Bhandari sir.
Okay, great. So I hope, Pratika, you got answer to your question. And yeah,
so, Ayushi, just one thing. I would like to add one thing, that take any classes, doesn't matter. So because the classes are only contributing 5% to your entire CA final or entire whatever preparations you're doing, 95% is your self study.
Definitely. In fact, we had this discussion in the last mastermind itself, you know, where people are more curious, like where they are taking classes. Well, at the end, what matters is how you are studying. You know, taking lectures from best faculty doesn't mean that you will clear, and not taking best lectures from best faculty doesn't mean that you will you will fail. So as simple as that. But yeah, still for your mental satisfaction, if this gives you confidence, you can go ahead with it. But yeah, at the end, make sure that you resonate with the faculty, you understand what the person is teaching, and it can be anyone, it can be the best in the market, and it can be any normal faculty. Just don't go by name, take sample lecture, demo lecture, and only then enroll for the classes. This would be my suggestion. And okay, what should be the sequence of taking classes during 2.5 years of articulation?
So basically, I had taken practical subjects at the starting point because I wanted to get to know the syllabus of CA final and not get bored in directly. So I started with practical subjects like SFM, costing, and FR, and then I moved to theoretical subjects, which is audit and law. And I took DT and IDT at the end. Amendments involved in this subject, so I took this subject at the end, which is obviously preferable. You should take DT and IDT at the end.
Okay, that's nice. And we have one more question from Karthikeyan here. I don't even get exam leave, but my office is from 10 to 6. I also get a break of 2 hours in between. How do I manage in this critical situation? My attempt is in November 22. Obviously, October would be tax audit season. Yeah.
So like if you are not having leaves or nothing as of now, but you are having 2 hours on a daily basis in your office time, and apart from that 10 to 6, after 6 you are having some time. So after 6 you need to have a plan ready for every day कि आप क्या study करने वाले हैं, and from before 10, like at the morning you need to have a plan for what all things you will be covering. And जो आपको 2 hours मिलता है daily basis पे at the office period, I guess you need to utilize it best way कि YouTube पे कोई professor के revision videos या कोई specific अगर revision वगैरह charts वगैरह है तो वो review करना चाहिए in that period. That will be best way कि आप उसको utilize कर सकते हो effectively आपका time.
Okay, wonderful. So, Bhavin, can you also share some tip for covering syllabus one day before exam? Like one thing you said is last 3-4 years of RTP. So, guys, even I would agree to that. Except for DT and subjects like IDT where you get amendments, rest all the subjects where the syllabus is more or less same during the years. At least go for last 3 to 4 attempts of RTP. And this is what I have done myself. And trust me, in subjects like audit and law, theory subjects especially, I had SCA, any other theory subject which you are studying, this really helps. So apart from this, Bhavin, any other tip for one day before exam?
Definitely. So one thing is that since you are having around 45 days right now from this point in time, so you need to have a rehearsal of that 1.5 days planning in this period. And you need to have a एक पेपर पे रेडी रहना चाहिए आपका प्लान कि मैं ये दिन पे आके फॉर एग्जांपल आफ्टर एफआर व्हाट इज द सीक्वेंस ऑफ सब्जेक्ट्स फॉर एसएफएम यू विल बी स्टडिंग एंड आफ्टर कमिंग फ्रॉम एफआर पेपर. सो फॉर दिस फॉर एवरी सब्जेक्ट यू नीड टू हैव दिस स्ट्रेटेजी रेडी, एंड इसका रिहर्सल नेक्स्ट 45 डेज में आपको करना जरूरी है, बिकॉज ये आपको फिर उस टाइम पे कभी ब्लैंक रहने के लिए जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगा. सो व्हाट आई सजेस्ट इज कि जिस दिन एग्जाम लिख के आते हो दैट डे यू टेक लाइट चैप्टर्स एंड नेक्स्ट डे मॉर्निंग यू टेक हैवी चैप्टर्स. एंड उसके जो एग्जाम डे पे जो अगर इफ यू आर हैविंग कॉन्फिडेंस कि आपका सिलेबस अच्छे से कवर हुआ है तो रिवाइज द स्ट्रेंथ चैप्टर्स. अदरवाइज अगर लगता है कि कहीं लूज आउट हो गए तो वो वाले चैप्टर्स फिर से स्टार्ट करो.
Okay, that's great. And have you followed same presentation and practical given in study material?
So yeah, presentation I used to follow the presentation given by ICI, but yeah, it cannot be followed completely. You need to have you have your own natural way of presenting your answer, and that's fine. Unless and until your method is completely that won't give you marks. Your method needs to be a bit aligned with ICI way of presentation. That is where everything.
Okay, I would agree to it, guys. And trust me, in my case, many practical subjects study material I didn't even open and see, because what faculty is teaching, and if it's a experienced faculty, of course they know what should be your writing format, and if you are following them, and even if it is not exactly same as study material, then even after that you should be confident, because at the end what you are writing is not wrong, it's just a different way. So if you are writing it if you are answering it correctly, I think you should not worry about not copy pasting it from study material. Okay, just be confident with what you are doing, as long as it's right, as long as it's good enough. Okay, now the next question which I would like to take here is, have you done MCQ practice for theory subject?
Okay, so for MCQs, whatever are given on the website of ICI, that I have gone through. But apart from that, there is no separate book or something for preparation for MCQs which I have done. I generally have a strategy कि entire chapter का reading thoroughly you need to have, because MCQs कहीं से भी आ सकता है. So that's why I'm saying कि syllabus में अपने को कहीं भी skip out नहीं करना है, MCQs कोई भी chapter से आता है. So this I can for sure guarantee you that at the time of my examinations in audit, there was one integrated case scenario on peer review, which like nobody had expected that this chapter would be of 10 marks weightage, which had a 4-mark weightage. And luckily I had prepared for every chapter of audit. Even I have gone through that peer review for as an overview for MCQ basis as well. So that is something you need to have in mind कि कोई भी chapter छोड़ना नहीं है. Have an overview. अगर पढ़ रहे नहीं हो, completely learn नहीं कर रहे हो, तो भी उसका concepts क्या क्या है वो पता रहना चाहिए. So that MCQ इसके पर से अपन 30 में से at least 25 sure करें.
Okay, that's great. So guys, I hope you are taking notes of all these golden nuggets being shared by Bhavin here, right? If you have any question, just put it in the chat box. I'll take a couple of more, okay? Because Bhavin has been answering all your questions very nicely, very quickly. So we'll take just a couple of questions more. Okay, I'll get around 4 to 5 months leave for final. My attempt is in November 24. So what should I start doing from now so that I'm able to finish at least one revision before exam leave? Can you share some tips on effective note making during live classes for each subject? Okay, so it's like a long way to go, and everybody who's giving attempt in May 22 especially would have been must be feeling like she's the only blessed one here. She has got all the time to win this exam. Yes, many of people are envying you here, Ritika. But yes, Bhavin, please.
Sure. So like Ritika, you have a lot of time right now, but still you need to manage this time effectively. And as of now, you need to have a complete understanding of what all subjects are there in CA final and how you plan it in the next 2 years, where up to your before the study leave period. And you need to have like each subject wise, like for example, DT के लिए 3 months है, IDT के लिए 2 months है. This planning you need to have on a granular level, and which subject you will be studying when. And this अगर आप ये strategy ready रहेगा, तो based on this you can plan your revisions accordingly. Weekends पे generally if you are having time, start reading the syllabus for whatever chapters you have covered. Theory subject को 8 period में read नहीं करना चाहिए. Practical subject पे जितना हो सकता है उतना concept clarity रखना चाहिए. Theory subject you can revise in the 4 to 5 months which you are having in the end preparatory leave, because उसका retention वहाँ पे ज़्यादा रहता है. यहाँ से पढ़ोगे तो वहाँ पे रहेगा नहीं.
Absolutely. So guys, I think this is a strategy followed by majority of students. Even in my case, I completed my practical subjects along with nice notes and everything. And theory, I understood the concept, but memorizing thing and everything, I did it during my preparation leave only, because there's no point of memorizing everything 1 year before your exam. At the end of it, you'll have to go through it again. So yeah, even if you are able to manage your practical subjects before your exam leave, done with them, all the concept, everything nicely, I think it's really good. If not all the subjects. Now, Ashwin is asking, can we underline keywords with pencil in exam so that it is easy for examiner to check and impress? Okay.
Okay, so like Ashwin, I will like to answer this in a very better way. If you leave your pen and take the pencil and underline, this will be a waste of time. Rather than that, I will suggest that you underline with the same pen which you are writing the exam. And also underlining has to be done at the same point in time after you have written the answer, not at like last के 5-10 minutes में बच के you will come for underlining. This is what I used to do for every subject.
Amazing. So I hope Ashwin, you got your answer. Why do you use pencil? Just underline it with the same pen. Even that would impress the examiner. I think that would impress the examiner more, because here you are being smart. But for that, you also need to practice. It should not like you are underlining and it's cutting out the word at the bottom. So this practice also, make it as a part of your practice so that you don't mess up your exam. Okay, that was an interesting question. Now for concept clarity, Lokesh is asking, what would be better? Self-study, ICI material plus YouTube videos, or take separate fast-track batch for audit and EIS SM subject?
Okay. So this depends from student to student generally, but yeah, I will like to. So for me, I used to have a group of. So I used to stay at RBG hostel, and I used to have a group of friends where we used to discuss doubts and all type of questions. And so for that, like we used to do self study and clear the doubts among ourselves. So if you have some friends or connects, you can discuss your doubts with. that is the best method for getting the conceptual clarity, because our friends teach in more better way than getting it through your own way.
Definitely. I think everybody would agree. They might not understand what teacher is saying and explaining, but they will definitely understand what their friend are explaining. Two reasons, guys. We understand their language. Secondly, we find our friends more interesting than teacher. So yeah. So if that is the case, go ahead with your friends. And okay. I missed some session. Can I go recording after the session? Yes. So guys, all the mastermind sessions which we have here every week, you'll get all the recording on your Teachable account, EPS mastermind section. Okay. So you'll get along with the title. It will be very easy for you to identify. Don't worry about it. Now, okay. So Bhavin, if you want, you can take a little break, because I see my warriors are so excited. They're literally flooding the chat box with comments even now.
So we can continue if you want.
Okay. So the next question here is, FR is covered in 400 hours approx. How to complete this subject in short time? FR is, okay. Yeah, this is the question.
Okay. So basically FR, I can say that I had this exposure in Big Four articleship. So there are like listed clients, and for that I used to get an exposure in India's, and for that some part of my studies used to get covered in that. But if you are not doing that way, I will definitely tell you that during your way of studying only, during your classes only, you need to have a clarity of every India's which you are reading. Have a conceptual clarity कि ये India's में क्या बोला गया, what is the objective of this India's, what are the type of questions asked in the past, and based on past questions, analyze that what all type of things you need to cover up in your revision sessions.
Okay, that's very important. Now you can also, I would suggest, if you have to cover in 400 hours, what you can do first and easiest way is to increase the play speed. Instead of just watching it at 1, make it 1.25. For faculties who are very slow in delivering, I don't want to specify, but yeah, you guys, all of us know, you can even play it at 1.5. So it also depends on faculty. Secondly, what you can do, the important topics and the bulky ones carrying the heavy weightage, you can go for all the sessions, get the conceptual clarity, and the little ones which are not that bulky and not that important, you can even go for crash courses. If not crash courses, you can also seek help from your friends. So that way you will be able to cover it up very quickly, and the 400 hours will become much lesser. Even if you just play it 1.25x, it will be like 320 hours. So around 300 hours. So this is how you can save your time at this moment. So this was an additional tip from my end. Now, any specific strategy for law and audit, Bhavin?
Okay. So like specific strategy can be the thing that you need to have an understanding of whatever is written in the theoretical way, and mugging up is not the option. Sometimes there is one thing that अगर आपको provision read हिंदी में भी समझ में आ गया तो you can write the answer very well. So this is one strategy कि आपको कोई भी chapter read करो FR audit या law में, you need to have an understanding in your own mind, on your own language. So उससे एक चीज रहेगा कि एग्जाम में आप कोई भी क्वेश्चन छोड़ोगे नहीं, अटेम्प्ट तो करोगे. सेकेंड थिंग कि ऑडिट एंड लॉ के लिए स्पेसिफिकली आई यूज्ड टू डू इज कि राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस वगैरह थोड़ा सा ज्यादा रखना जरूरी है, एंड फॉर मोर स्पेसिफिक टू द स्टैंडर्ड्स, बिकॉज स्टैंडर्ड्स में क्वेश्चन क्या है वो पहले वो समझना जरूरी है. देन पहले तो स्टैंडर्ड क्या बोला है वो पता रहना चाहिए, फिर उसके बाद क्वेश्चन में क्या पूछा गया, एंड देन व्हाट पार्ट ऑफ द स्टैंडर्ड यू नीड टू रीराइट इन द आंसर बेस्ड ऑन क्वेश्चन आस्क्ड, वो इंपॉर्टेंट है. Unless and until you don't have a writing practice of entire standard, you cannot rewrite whatever keywords are given in that standard. So writing practice is important when it comes to audit and law.
Amazing. So Ashwin has a concern that I'm not doing much in articleship. Daily I'm doing GST and income tax audit only. Will this be a ban to my career? So Bhavin, you go ahead first, and I'll take it later.
So I will not specifically comment on this since this is your career, but yes, whatever you are planning to do in the future, based on that, if you are feeling you're satisfied with whatever you're doing, then you can continue. Otherwise, if you want to do something in finance or that type of thing, you need to change your articleship form.
Okay, so again, this was a very honest answer. And Ashwin, let me tell you very frankly, there are very few students who get articles who get exposure to almost everything. And if only you're doing it from a very small size or medium size firm, you'll get your hands on everything. But even in that situation, you will not be happy, because at the end of it, you'll feel I've done everything and still I don't know anything. So it's really not possible to learn every single thing. Even Big Four articles, me and Bhavin, even though we have done audit, but we have not learned 100% audit. So even in audit, we have a specialization: finance, non-finance, NBFC. So, there's no end to learning. Even chartered accountants who are like 5 years, 10 years post-qualification experience, they don't know everything. You are just an article. So learning will come gradually and nothing like band to your career. It's just get out of this worry. Whatever you're getting to learn in your articleship, even Karthikeyan, you also raise the same concern. Whatever you're getting to learn, just focus on that. Focus on what you're getting and don't focus on what you are not getting. Just learn and perfect this nicely. And as you keep on progressing in your career, you'll keep on getting opportunities. And even me and Bhavin, like we are chartered accountants, even now we feel that we don't know everything. And even if we have to work on something, we need to go study again, we need to research. Am I right, Bhavin?
Yeah, definitely.
I don't have answer to all the queries of my client, and that's perfectly fine. What matters is I have the understanding of what problem they're facing, and I have the capability of helping them with the problem. These are the two skills only you need. You don't need to carry all the answers with you. You don't need to have all the practical experience with you. I never applied for GST when I was pursuing my articleship. Now, when I have to do all these things for myself, I can do it. I can learn it. I can manage it. So it's okay. It's okay. Do not be overwhelmed. Just manage the syllabus. Focus on doing everything nicely, what you're getting on your plate, and दूसरों की थाली में घी हमेशा ज्यादा ही लगता है. तो वो आर्टिकलशिप में भी ऐसे ही है. We feel that our fellows they are learning more and they feel the same way. So it's completely fine. If you are not getting work, it's a problem. If you're getting more work, then it's a bigger problem. So be happy with the problems you have got. Okay, and there is no end to learning. Forget about it. Okay. Group study or individual study. So I think it depends on person to person. But yeah, I think out of curiosity. So Bhavin, did you have any group while you were studying, or you did everything on your own? How was it?
So during my articleship, when I used to have classes के time, it was obviously a group study. But yeah, in the preparatory leave, it was on an individual study, because वहाँ पे comparison वगैरह का थोड़ा मेरे को लगता था biasness आएगा. That's why we need to have कि अपना खुद का देखो, दूसरों के इसमें ज़्यादा झांको मत. That was I used to do.
Okay, that's a very honest answer, and I would agree to it. When I was attending my classes, we were a group of 8 to 10 people. But when it comes to preparation leave, I was just in touch with a couple of them. Who I was confident about. These people will not demotivate me, or they will guide me, suggest me on my highest interest. Based on my highest interest. So be in touch with reliable people who add up to your energy. Not somebody who's adding negativity to your life. So filter out people you have, and you can do it on your own. But at the end, so guys, you already have got a lot of peers. We have made this separate groups, right? CA final and CA inter for EPS students, and I see a lot of interaction going on there. So you are a part of group, okay, and that's what matters. You have got people you can reach out to. You have got a mentor. You have more than you need. So don't worry about it. Just make sure you make the most out of it. Now, Mansi is asking, can you suggest something on planning revision, because I'm still doing lectures and I have May attempt. Okay, Bhavin.
Okay, so you are having an attempt in May 22, is it?
Yeah, she has attempted May 22.
Okay, so Mansi, right now you need to have a focus on whatever lectures you are reading right now, and have a understanding. So since time is less, I will suggest you go with the ABC approach and focus on the category chapters A more, and have a thorough understanding of whatever is covered in A. And yes, right, even in this period, writing practice, that is not there is no choice for writing option. And apart from it, for planning, you need to work more apart from other students, because time is less and you need to cover a lot of syllabus. But yes, you can do it. And if you are planning to do it one group, I will suggest do both groups, but for second group, try for exemption for few subjects.
Okay, that was a good tip. So I hope Mansi, you have taken a note of it. Also, I would suggest you, even if you are still watching the lectures, you don't have to feel overwhelmed. Okay, if you do it in a nice way, our mantra: go slow but go strong. So don't be in the haste of completing the lectures, but make sure you do it really well. So here, after we get done with this session, I want you to go to these two lectures. Okay, lecture number 1 of exam preparation blueprint, 5-time revision strategy. Follow it along with watching the lectures. Second lecture, lecture number 3 of exam preparation blueprint, super effective tip for notes. Okay, for exam. Watch that one as well, and please apply the tips and tricks I've shared in these two lectures. Okay, while you are studying right now, and let me share with you, even though you're not done with your lectures, you are still in the process of self study, you'll be in a really good position. Okay, just follow this two lectures. Make sure you watch it before you go to bed today. Your revision also will be taken care of, and your super effective tips, where you learn how you can manage to make your notes along with lectures. I see some of students putting that question. So guys, go to that. What is being shared by Bhavin is excellent, but yes, for more detail to learn in depth, please go to those lectures, refer it. Okay, so I'm here taking one last question because I see it's not coming to an end. People are really, really excited. They're just flooding with their queries, and okay, they're trying to learn more and more from you, Bhavin. So I'll take this one last question: MCQ or descriptive, which will be better to attempt first?
So I will start my strategy for this. I had divided this in two subjects. For audit and law, I used to attempt the MCQs first because that consumes less amount of time and उसमें ऐसा कुछ solving वगैरह involved ज़्यादा नहीं होता. That's why MCQs will be attempted first for audit and law, and you will get more time for the practical subjects. So accordingly, if you can think कि 70 marks के लिए you get more than 2.5 hours in audit and law. And अगर practical subjects के लिए if you are speaking, so you need to have पहले तो first thing MCQs के basis पे judge कर लो कि you are able to crack everything or not. If you are not, then try it in the first 45 minutes only. Otherwise, if you are able to do it in the last 30 minutes for other subjects.
Okay, great. One question last, Bhavin, I would like to ask from my end, because this is what I get from most of the students, many times. How many months and how many hours of study every single day to get all India rank? Both for final and inter. Please answer this. Please answer it once. Guys, listen to it very carefully. Huh? Nobody is asking this question again.
So for inter, I had a preparation leave of 3 months. And on a daily basis, I had started revising for at least 14 hours from day one itself. And gradually I increased it to 15 and 16 for CA Inter. And for CA Finals, obviously, I started it at a low speed of 12 hours at a day in the months of October, November, December. And after 2 or 3 months, I had started it and increased it to 13 to 14 hours. And in the last 2 months, I had increased it to 16 hours. So number of hours obviously doesn't matter, but yeah, since you have asked, I have answered it. And number of months doesn't matter, but number of revisions obviously matter. You need to have more than 2 to 3 revisions at least for cracking any type of things, because yeah, first revision you will not be having an entire hold of syllabus. 2 to 3 revisions obviously you can get a hold of syllabus. And since CA final में हमारा exam at least 5 times postpone हो गया था, so I had to study for almost 14 months for CA final. Apart from my classes complete होने के बाद भी. So that was a very challenging period जहाँ पे I had to revise my strategy every time. But yes, I managed it, and because there was a clear-cut planning involved for every type of whatever postponement come, I had a plan ready for it. That was my approach.
Wow, and I salute to you. 14 months studying CA final. I think in total I did study for 14 months. So it requires, of course, it requires a lot of patience. And so, guys, he has shared his study hours. So I hope you guys know how much do you need to study to get an all-day rank. But guys, it's okay. Don't feel overwhelmed if you're not studying 12 to 14 hours or 15, 16 hours a day. Okay, you have me sitting in front of you. I studied 12 hours on an average. During my final inter 8 to 10 hours, and still I managed to clear my exams with good marks. Okay, so it's okay, don't be overwhelmed. But yes, 14 months, yes, because his exam got postponed 5 times. November 20, right, Bhavin?
So my exam was due in May 2020, but yeah, it got postponed and it was finally held on November 20.
And the only thing, guys, he said whenever there was a postponement, he was ready with a new plan. So unlike other students, he was not cribbing, he was not fighting, he was not questioning ICI.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So
That's why
you have rightly
you could
pointed
hear her in the background.
So you have rightly pointed out that Ayushi, that you need to get away from the social media and all the distractions, whatever is going out, and you need to focus on whatever you are capable of.
Absolutely. So, guys, don't get into all this stuff, who's right, who's wrong, how they should do it, how they should run it. So that's not your cup of tea. Just focus on your work, focus on your studies, and every time there is a change or something like that, just come up with a plan, stick to a plan. So let me share one thing with you. Having a proper study plan, with you in front of you, how is it like? It's like having your GPS turned on. With a plan in your hand, you have GPS turned on, and at the end of it, you will reach the destination sooner or later, whether it is dark or whether it is light. So this is how important is your plan. It's like your GPS. This is how you navigate your journey of clearing exam. Make sure you have this really nice plan, okay, laid out in front of your eyes every single day. Was this master plan to prepare for exam? Was this create a study plan from our study etc program? You have got all the resources. Do not get stuck. Do not get stuck. All your questions, all your queries, just go through the title of the lectures. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to figure out. If you face any problem, you have got me, you have got Hasita. We are here to help you out. Okay, but do not get stuck. We are all in this together. Reach out to your peers, ask for their suggestion, take guidance, share your notes. Let's have a very positive force here helping out each other in this beautiful journey. Okay, not challenging, beautiful journey. Because after this journey gets over, what's going to happen? Our incomes, how many times? 5 to 10 times at least. Yes. So this is what you are working for at the end of it. With prefix, you get good money in hand. So get excited for good money flowing into your account July onwards. For that, just work for 40-45 days ki baat hai, padh lo. Otherwise, you will lose out on 6 months of professional income. Think about it in money terms. Money is a great motivator. It's a great motivation. Yes. Do not see it in terms of 6 months. 6 months बोलोगे तो लगेगा ठीक है यार अभी अटेम्प्ट जाने दो. सोचोगे 6 लाख चले जाएंगे 6 महीने में तो फिर लगेगा नहीं पढ़ लो. Money is important. Money is more important. Okay, amazing. So I see Bhavin. You have answered all the questions. I still see my warriors. They are still enthusiastic. Unke questions khatam hi nahi ho rahe. So guys, I don't think it will be feasible for Bhavin to share his personal WhatsApp number. What you can do is you can connect with him on some social media. So Bhavin, if you have your LinkedIn profile or something, you can share with me. I'll send it to students.
Sure.
I think that would be more feasible for you. And yes, I hope you had a great time answering all these questions from my students. I hope they didn't bother you much. They didn't trouble you much.
No, nothing. It was very insightful session, and obviously helping others and guiding others has been my journey, and I like doing this type of things. So that's a wonderful thing which you are also doing at this point in time. So definitely hats off to you as well.
Thank you so much, Bhavin, and I really appreciate you taking out your precious time. It's March, and all of us are tied up, having a tight schedule, all chartered accountants, and still you managed to take out your precious time, and I'm very thankful. So, guys, can you all please put one word in the chat box for Bhavin? Yes. How was the session? Come on, let us know. How was the session? Awesome says Sandeep. Informative, awesome, very powerful, outstanding. You're amazing. Thank you for your tips. Eye opener, amazing, marvelous, fantabulous session. Thanks, Bindas. Good, great insight. Amazing, guys, amazing. So Bhavin, once again, thank you so much. And guys, tell me, how's this EPS experience going on for you? Are you enjoying all this mastermind session? Thanks, Didi. Okay, thanks, Didi. It's for me. Are you enjoying this sessions by our guest speakers? Is it all helping you? And yes, in coming days. I'll also invite more people who can guide us. Also, I'm planning to invite few people who can help us with some, life coaching, stress relief, stress management, mindfulness also, because the coming month is going to be, might be a little stressful for you all. So yeah, I have those things in my mind. And if you see anything which I can help you with, any person I can bring in here, you can learn from, feel free to reach out to me, and let's do every single thing to help you and make you clear your exams in coming attempt. So thank you so much, Bhavin. Please share your social media link and I'll share with my students.
Sure. Thank you.
So let me read the comments. Okay, yes, very much. They're superb. Had a horrible week, ma'am. Now feel so energetic just after attending this session. Thank you, Ayushi, ma'am. It's much useful. These sessions like this are motivating us. Amazing, guys. So please give us recording. Yes, you have got all the recording. EPS Mastermind sessions is where you get all this recording. Even last week recording, even weeks before that, every single week recording, every mastermind recording is there. Okay, Hasita will upload it soon. You'll all get notification in our WhatsApp group as soon as we upload it. All right. Okay, so now it was a great session. Thanks, Bhavin, for your valuable time. Amazing. So guys, I'm here for next 10 minutes. If you have anything in specifically to discuss, okay, any question if we skipped, you can ask, I'll answer it. And those of you who are done with the session, you can please proceed with your studies.
Ayushi, can I drop off?
Yes. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, so we are all here. Yes, thank you. It's very important that you come and you participate. Okay, so make sure you attend these sessions live only. Secondly, guys, thanks Ayushi for the wonderful session. Yes, thank you, Malini. It's so and always good to see you here. Guys, again, I would say the same thing. Your questions are same and the answers are also same. You see the similarity of, concepts between our last session and this session. It comes down to this thing only, revising it nicely, making proper notes, getting clarity on concept. Still, I believe you have got answer to all your questions, all your queries. Still, if you are anywhere you're feeling stuck, just go through the curriculum once. Okay, even though you have gone through it once, you have lifetime access. Utilize it. Whatever is your query, I'm pretty sure you'll find relevant guidance within the curriculum. You have everything. Let me tell you, you have got Ferrari parked in your garage. Okay, you have got everything. Honestly, I think this is like 15th or 20th All India ranker in CA final exam I have communicated with. And even when I was making this program EPS, I communicated with more than 15 All India rankers, and all of them, they have similar strategies. They talk about similar things, and you have everything. Such, really nicely, very structured manner in our online school. Stop looking out for guidance and start taking action. You have literally got Ferrari parked in your garage. It's more than what you need to clear your exam. Just make sure you follow it. Watch the sessions, follow it, and whenever you are stuck, of course, I'm there to help you out. Okay, we are all together in this journey. Never feel left alone. There are more bad days than good days when you are having a worthy goal. So if you are feeling bad, if you are a little stressed out, then be proud. You are doing something great. You are doing worthy stuff. Okay? And I'll see you next Sunday, next weekend. Okay? Tomorrow we'll not have mastermind because we just had a session today. It's good to keep learning, but it's more important to put everything into practice. Just learning is not sufficient. So whatever you learned in today's session, please make sure go apply it coming week. And I'll see you again next Sunday. Okay, and I'll inform you if you're having a guest speaker or if I'm going to take the session, we'll inform you. And take care. All the best. Bless you. Love you all. Good night. Vara says thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, Vara. Okay. Thank you, guys. I'll see you next Sunday. Bye.